The Raiders turned every quiet practice into a recruiting tape for next season. Clint Kubiak said the words every front office dreams about after spending the first overall pick. As advertised, he has not disappointed. 6 syllables to spook the rest of the AFC West. Rookie quarterback Fernando Mendoza spent his first month inside the building, taking notes, asking questions, walking out with the locker room voting for him before anyone called the vote. The rest of the league still has no idea what is about to hit them this fall. Look at the haul. Tyler Linderbaum, 3 years, $81 million. Quay Walker, 3 years, $40.5 million. Nakobe Dean, 3 years, $36 million. Kwity Paye, 3 years, $48 million. Jalen Naylor chasing Kirk Cousins out of Minnesota a second time. Then 10 picks in the 2026 NFL Draft. Mendoza at 1, a safety from Arizona at 38, an offensive lineman at 91, a first-round talent at corner with one bad knee at 101. One of those signings flipped the offense in ways nobody is talking about yet. The pieces only make sense once you see the order they fit together. Then the defense. Max Crosby is already stretching at practice. Rob Leonard has new linebackers behind him. The secondary added 4 draft picks at one position group. And somewhere above all of it, Mark Davis has signed off on a succession plan, handing this franchise to a billionaire when the time is right. The new Raiders are not the Raiders you remember. The roster looks different. The locker room sounds different. The building runs different. Stick around. Every layer of this thing gets stranger the deeper you go. But before we get into that, hit that like and subscribe button for more Raiders and all the NFL content. Can we hit 500 likes on this video? Clint Kubiak stood in front of cameras Wednesday and dropped 2 words echoing across the AFC West. As advertised, he has not disappointed. Those are the words of a head coach about the first overall pick of the 2026 NFL Draft after 1 month in the building. Most rookies at the top of the draft hit OTAs and look lost. Fernando Mendoza has been the opposite. He spent his first month asking questions, taking notes, outworking everyone in the quarterback room. Left tackle. Colton Miller described him as a sponge, soaking up every detail. The Kirk Cousins pairing is the part nobody saw coming 3 months ago. Cousins played under Kubiak in Minnesota from 2019 to 2021. He knows this system in his sleep. He signed a 1-year, $20 million guarantee in April and walked in as the most prepared veteran in the league for this exact offense. Mendoza sits behind him, watches every read, every protection call. The locker room sees a 15th-year pro mentoring a Heisman winner instead of a rookie thrown to the wolves. John Spytek built it on purpose. Look at how they ran the first OTA. The Raiders put Cousins and Aiden O'Connell on the main practice field with the starters. Mendoza worked on a separate field with the second group. No flashbulb pressure on a first overall pick. No misfires in front of Brock Bowers. Mendoza got to fail, fix, and fail faster. By next month, the same drills run live with the starters. The kid will be ready. The veterans will already trust him. The plan worked before training camp even opened. Max Crosby was already on the practice field stretching when reporters walked in. Ahead of schedule. Healthier than he has been in 2 years. Clint Kubiak called him our leader on Wednesday and meant it. Crosby finished with 10 sacks in 2025, 26 run stuffs, the longest tenured defender in silver and black outside of Colton Miller. He sets the temperature in the building. When he shows up early to a voluntary workout, the rest of the defense has nowhere to hide. New defensive coordinator Rob Leonard inherits the most motivated edge rusher in the AFC. The bigger story sits at linebacker. Quay Walker signed 3 years, $40.5 million. Nakobe Dean signed 3 years, $36 million. They were teammates at Georgia. They won a national championship together in 2021. They walked into Las Vegas headquarters the same day in March and called themselves the Doghouse from their Athens years. Walker led the Packers in tackles 4 straight seasons. Dean was a starter on the Eagles defense in Super Bowl 59. Both are 25. Both enter their primes in the same defense for the first time since college. Rob Leonard is a first-time coordinator with serious mentors behind him. He learned under Brian Flores in Miami. He worked beside Mike McDonald in Baltimore. He spent 3 years as the Raiders' defensive line coach. Kubiak sees this defense as a base 3-4 with multiple fronts. Cody Lindenberg lined up with the starters on Wednesday next to Walker. With Nakobe Dean out for the day, the depth has arrived. The second level finally matches the talent up front. Opponents are going to feel it in September. Kansei Matsuzawa signed with the Raiders as an undrafted free agent after the 2026 NFL Draft. He is 27 years old. He was born in Ichikawa, Japan. He learned to kick by watching YouTube videos of NFL specialists in his bedroom in Chiba. He attended a Raiders game in Oakland in 2018 as a 19-year-old tourist and walked out of the stadium wanting an NFL career. 8 years later, he signed his first NFL contract with the same team. If he wins the kicking competition, he becomes the first Japanese-born player to ever take a regular season snap. His path went through Hocking College in Ohio and the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. He went 27 for 29 on field goals in 2025. He tied an FBS record with his first 25 attempts. He was a Lou Groza Award finalist. The leg works, the accuracy works. Matt Gay signed in free agency to be the veteran answer after Daniel Carlson moved on. Special teams coordinator Joe DeCamillis worked with Gay in Los Angeles and trusts him. The job is open. Earn it. Other OTA surprises filled Wednesday. Cody Lindenberg took weak side reps next to Quay Walker with Nakobe Dean out. Greedy Vance continued to flash from last season into this offseason. Trey Zune III worked at right tackle with the first team line opposite Colton Miller. The third-round pick was supposed to be depth. He is hunting a starting job in May. Charles Grant and Caleb Rogers, both 2025 third-round picks, fight for the same spots. The room is loaded. Cuts in August are going to hurt. John Spytek walked out of the 2026 NFL Draft with 10 new players. He started with Fernando Mendoza, first overall. He traded back from 36 to 38 and picked safety Tre'Dan Stukes from Arizona. He added edge rusher Kieron Crawford at 67. He landed offensive lineman Trey Zune III at 91. Then he traded up at 101 for cornerback Jermud McCoy, a first-round talent with a serious knee question scaring away every other team. Then Mike Washington Jr. at 122 to give Ashton Jeanty a running mate. The secondary haul is the most aggressive any team made this April. Stukes is moving everywhere in the back end. Free safety, box, nickel, outside corner, slot. Spytek wants a Swiss Army knife, and Stukes is hunting all 5 spots in May. Dalton Johnson added at 150 from Arizona. 7 career forced fumbles. Hezekiah Masses added at 175 from California. 5 interceptions last season. 4 defensive backs in 1 draft. Pair them with Eric Stokes on a 3-year, $30 million deal, and Taron Johnson traded in from Buffalo. The position group went from question mark to strength in 2 weeks. Every pick only makes sense when you remember why each fit. The line gets help to protect Mendoza. The secondary gets help to support a defense rebuilding around Max Crosby. The running back room gets depth, so Jeanty stays fresh through November. Every selection answered a question Mendoza faces once the first whistle blows in September. Spytek did not draft players. He drafted a roster around the franchise quarterback. Here's the answer to who Mendoza is to this team. He is the cornerstone. The class was built around him. Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs are still the gold standard. Nobody is dethroning the dynasty in May. The Broncos lean on Bo Nix entering year 3 with a roster built to compete now. The Chargers have Justin Herbert and Jim Harbaugh running their show. The AFC West is the most loaded division in football. The Raiders went 3-14 last season. They finished last in the division. Mark Davis and John Spytek spent $281 million in 1 day of free agency to start closing the gap. Compare the off-seasons. Kansas City retooled the offensive line and added depth. Denver added pieces around Bo Nix. The Chargers stayed steady. Las Vegas signed the highest-paid center in NFL history. 2 starting linebackers from playoff defenses, one of the best edge rushers on the market in Kwity Paye, and a Heisman-winning quarterback. They also brought in a head coach in Clint Kubiak, who helped win Super Bowl 60 with the Seahawks. The arms race is real. Vegas finally entered with both hands swinging. Here's what the rest of the AFC West missed. The Raiders are not a year away. They were last year. Ashton Jeanty is in year 2. Brock Bowers is in year 3. Jackson Powers-Johnson is anchoring the interior with Tyler Linderbaum next to him. The defense is younger, faster, and meaner than the version giving up 25 points a game last season. The gap is closing because every other team in the division spent April looking up while Vegas spent April spending. Look back at the trailer. The signing, flipping the offense in ways nobody saw. Tyler Linderbaum, 3 years, $81 million, $60 million guaranteed, the largest contract for an interior offensive lineman in NFL history. 3-time Pro Bowler. Anchored a Ravens offense, finishing second in the NFL in rushing yards per game 4 straight seasons. The Raiders did not sign a center. They signed a culture set in concrete. Every snap Fernando Mendoza takes in 2026 starts with the most reliable center in the league touching his hands. Ashton Jeanty rushed for 975 yards as a rookie behind the worst run-blocking unit in football last season. He finished with 10 total touchdowns. He led all rookies with 1,321 scrimmage yards. He broke Josh Jacobs' team rookie scrimmage record. He did all of it, averaging 3.7 yards per carry behind a line, ranked last in EPA per rush. Now put Linderbaum in front of him. Put Jackson Powers-Johnson next to him. Put a real veteran quarterback under center. Jeanty is about to do what people thought he would do in college. Brock Bowers is the third piece. Clint Kubiak called him a football robot from heaven on Wednesday. Bowers set NFL rookie tight, and records in 2024 with 112 receptions for 1,194 yards. He missed 5 games in 2025 and still led the team in receiving touchdowns. Picture the trio: Jeanty in the backfield, Bowers in the slot, Linderbaum controlling the line of scrimmage, Mendoza distributing. The $81 million move was never about a center. It was about giving 3 young stars a foundation. Now the third trailer hook. The Raiders' ownership succession is locked in. NFL owners approved the plan in April at the league meetings. Egon Durbin is the answer. Silver Lake, co-CEO. Net worth around $2.5 billion. He sits on the boards of Dell Technologies, Waymo, Endeavor, and TKO Group Holdings. He owned 7.5% of the Raiders since 2024. He added 11% more this spring. The total sits at 22%. He holds the right of first refusal to buy a majority stake when Mark Davis decides to sell. Mark Davis stated he does not plan to sell anytime soon. Ownership stays in his hands for now. The plan matters only when the day arrives. Durbin has a direct partnership with Tom Brady, who owns 5% of the franchise. Alignment runs from ownership through the head coach. Now the prediction. The Raiders win 9 games in 2026, finish second in the AFC West, knock off the Chiefs at Allegiant Stadium in Week 13, and Fernando Mendoza earns his first Pro Bowl nod by January. Drop your prediction in the comments before the next breakdown drops. Subscribe before the next breakdown drops. The next video on the channel breaks down the AFC West win total, bets the books got wrong this offseason. John Spytek built something nobody outside this fan base sees coming. Clint Kubiak is the voice to lead it. Fernando Mendoza is the arm to throw it. Max Crosby is the edge to defend it. The new era starts in September. The roster, coaching staff, and ownership future are in place. Vegas is finally about to win, baby.